But anyway, what if the government didn't just have access to your transactions over a certain limit, and they had access to everything all the time? Well, this is where CBDCs come in. A central bank digital currency is a new form of digital money. It's like cryptocurrency, but whereas crypto is decentralized and private, CBDCs are exactly the opposite. A CBDC would be completely owned and controlled by your government. They would hold your wallet, your money, and have access to all your financial data, including information on every transaction in your daily life. It would also make banks obsolete, as your account and wallet could be held by your government. Only a couple of years ago, CBDCs were considered hypothetical, but that is no longer the case. Just last week, the Federal Reserve launched a 12-week trial of its own CBDC, a trial supported by financial institutions like MasterCard, Citibank, HSBC, and Wells Fargo. But the US definitely isn't alone in creating a CBDC. They've been fully launched in 11 countries already. And according to the Atlantic Council's tracker, 112 nations around the world are at some stage of implementing a CBDC, including Australia, India, Canada, and Brazil, nations that account for more than 95% of the world's total GDP. In other words, a CBDC will be coming your way very, very soon. But there has to be some sort of an upside to CBDCs, right? Well, according to your government, there absolutely is. And it seems that they're all reading from the same script, because no matter where you look, it seems that they are saying the same thing. Rishi Sunak is the new Prime Minister of the UK, but in his previous role as Finance Minister, he said CBDCs would be a safe and secure form of new money, and one that would foster inclusion. The US Federal Reserve says a CBDC would be the safest form of money available and offer an improvement on safety when compared to the current monetary system. The International Monetary Fund also says CBDCs would be more secure than traditional money and offer more safety due to not being as volatile as currently available cryptocurrencies. And the World Economic Forum believes that CBDCs will help promote financial inclusion around the world, as well as providing more safety and security by cutting down on financial crime. But the thing is, not everyone is so optimistic about CBDCs, with an article by Forbes summing up many people's concerns in a single headline, stating very simply, central bank digital currencies are about control. One of the biggest concerns around CBDC is how they could be used to control free expression of people. In China, where a version of a CBDC is already active, people's social credit scores are linked to their bank accounts. And if they say the wrong things online, for example, in criticizing the government, their rights to use money goes away. For example, being limited from buying plane or train tickets, or even from buying certain kinds of goods. This is something the Chinese government has already enforced upon upwards of 23 million of its people. But most of us don't live in China. We live in societies that are considered much more open, liberal, and free. But how long will things stay that way? Just a few days ago, the Swedish government voted to make it illegal for journalists to criticize the government. In Australia, freedom of expression is already not protected by their constitution, and new proposed laws would allow government ministers to sue people critical of them. And in Canada, Justin Trudeau has already stopped mostly peaceful protesters from accessing their own money. This is why many people fear the implementation of a CBDC, because government has a history of wanting power over people, and a CBDC would give them ultimate power over our actions, the ultimate power to take away your money, the very thing we need to survive, allowing them to engineer the actions, speech, and even thoughts of a population. Now that you've heard all this, do you agree with the Forbes article title that says that CBDCs are about control?